Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Gonna get right into it because I haven't been enjoying Halo 5 too much, so get started right away. Probably some kind of cutscene as well. Watch. Meant to start early today, but I am terrible at time management and woke up about 10 minutes before I was gonna start streaming. But now I'm late to even my normal time. Also got some kind of cold.
Form up. Everyone ready?
Actually, Tanaka, if I could ask a favor. Just say a word or two.
Come a long way together. A long way yet to go. Let's make a good jump like we mean to. And handle fools like we need to.
90 seconds to insertion point.
And may buck by the first round when we get back.
We get through this, I'll buy the whole damn bar.
I don't even remember exactly what we're doing. That's pretty typical of me.
Fire Team Osiris.
Sorry about the
The light is
sniffles.
green.
Here they come!
Soldiers of Helios, with me, target the air defenses. Clear landing zone. For San Helios!
They really threw me right in the thick of it. But it's been 2 weeks since I played. And I remember how to play. There we go.
There's the first of the air defenses. Push forward. Take it out.
I have grenades? I do.
Move. Double
Oh.
die.
You got it!
He's our elite.
Target the jackal. Roger that.
All clear.
It's confusing when they put some aliens on our side and some aliens on their side. It's almost a guarantee that I'm going to shoot our aliens at some point.
The Guardian is at the far end of the city. There are more anti-air emplacements in that direction.
We'll clear out air defenses as we go. Good luck.
I didn't know we were shooting at that.
The hordes of San Helios. Today Sanayan will fall, and with it, the Covenant. To me, brothers.
Am I his brother? Do I go with him? I guess not, because
All
I
right,
can't
Spartans.
climb walls.
There's ground to cover between here and the Guardian. Move out.
I'm his cousin or something. Alright, let's go. Oh no. Oh, I cleared the doorway. Oh,
How do we know if Dr. Halsey's plan worked and the constructor did its job?
Guardian will start moving. Just need to be close enough to jump on board when it does.
Forge of San Helios. All ships report in. Havoc on station. Onslaught on station. Revolution on station. All ships. Focus fire on cover.
no, it's just a storm rifle.
Send them crash.
Threw me off because it looks like the
The armor's
carbine
fully
every time.
arrived. Bring down the air defenses so they stand a chance.
I have eyes on anti-air emplacement!
Shut it down. Give the swords of San Helios some airspace.
Oh. Hey.
Systems failed.
I'm dead.
I'm up. Thanks.
Get the cover, get the cover. Get the cover. What the hell?
Armor failure.
I didn't know that was a grab lift, so
Need assistance.
my friends don't know how to get to me. They just let me die.
Here they come!
Soldiers and Helios.
Cool. Everything we did tonight was a waste because they didn't give us a checkpoint for any of that. That's why I love
There's
this
the first of
game.
the air defenses. Push forward. Take it out.
Oh my god. There were several like really logical checkpoints during that time as well, like complete breaks in combat. He's our friend.
All clear. Disable the air defenses. Target either the cannon itself or the power supply. Spartan, the Guardian is at the far end of the city. There are more anti-air emplacements in that direction.
We'll clear out air defenses as we go.
Good luck.
And to you.
Soldiers and Helios, today Sanayan will fall, and with it, the Covenant! To me, brothers!
I'll drink to that.
All right, Spartans. There's ground to cover between here and the Guardian. Move out.
Oh, I got no grenades this time.
Hostiles coming through the door.
Coming through. Come on, Locke, watch it.
Shut up.
How do we know if Dr. Halsey's plan worked and the constructor did its job?
Guardian will start moving. Just need to be close enough to jump on board when it does.
See, there's like no combat here. Why not a checkpoint?
Havoc on station. Onslaught on station. Revolution on station. All ships, focus fire on Covenant Air Forces. Send them crashing
Hey.
to a watery grave.
Eyes on anti-air emplacement.
Shut it down. Give the Swords of St. Helios some air. The Arbiter's fleet is arriving. Bring down the air defenses so they stand a chance.
Alright. Oh, they must be above me. I was like, where is the red dot? Oh god. Serpentine. Okay, checkpoint in the middle of combat. You're a very logical and easy to follow game, aren't you, Halo? Halo 5. I don't think I can hurt that with this.
That's the air defense power core. Destroy it to disable the cannon.
You're an air defense power core. Alright. Oh shit, no.
Rudd thinks he's clever.
That was pretty clever. He got me to kill myself.
Not going out that easy, Buck.
Steady and ready, thanks.
Where'd this guy go?
This one'll drop quick.
Hey, stop. Can I go back and get those grenades? Is there anything stopping me? Because there was a big pile of ammo and grenades back here. Let my teammates just keep going with the battle where I go. Oh, there he is. They've shut the door. Okay.
Take that jackal down. Priority target.
I'll let them deal with that. And not waste my ammo this time.
Go the boss.
Copy. Copy. Opening fire.
Come back here.
Target is down.
Alright.
Cannons offline.
Checkpoint.
Spartan locked the Swords of St. Helios. Air defense is down on my position.
Confirm, Spartan. Sending air support.
Keep moving. There's plenty more to do. I'm grounded!
Help me.
Armor's jammed up!
Okay, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan. Sails down! Get her back!
Wait. Oh, how the fuck get up there? Shit. Come on, health. What the hell, man?
Systems down!
No worries, Locke. I got you.
I'm up. Thanks.
Alright, those guys are hard to kill with this weapon. Whew. This is plenty of ammo for it. Now, did anyone at all, drop a half-decent weapon? That would be a no.
Taking damage from an elite.
Alright. Maybe someone on the ground had a half-decent weapon? Grenades are always welcome. Hey. This gun is so terrible. Hey Zero, how you doing? It's hard to show the chief how it's done when I've got no ammo. What's this? Okay, this might help. How's life treating you? I don't actually know where I'm there. Okay, like where's my objective? Points are always good.
Covenant insertion pod.
Cool. Got some ammo. Oh, I'm doing okay. It'll be about 2 hours earlier than right now. Tomorrow that me and Sarah, we're gonna do some Fall Guys. So if you're free,
Keep moving. The
you're
Guardian
welcome
can
to
be ready
join.
to go anytime. We don't want to miss our ride to Chief.
Hey,
New target.
blow that thing up. I don't know what that works out to be your
Get
time.
him offline.
Come on, kid yard. Coming up on some these shots.
Ah, that's alright. I'm sure we'll do it more than once.
Cannon destroyed. Swords of Sangelios. Another cannon down on my position.
Affirmative, Spartan. All ships, the Spartans have opened more airspace. Move in and make your presence felt.
Feel them. Wait, where's the enemy? There.
Consider it done, Locke.
Ah, right. So you had a lot going on tomorrow. Oh shit. Help me out, friends. Come on.
Up you go, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
I don't know where those grenades went. Ah,
Use a hand here.
oh. Sniper. I want to try and waste the rest of this ammo so that I can... Shit. Oh, when I said waste, I would have liked to have shot somebody with it. That wasn't the idea I had in mind. But, now we have this. Oh well. Nice. Does your weekend start early, is it?
System flat. I'm up.
The fuel rod is pretty cool. It's no rocket launcher. I think I prefer almost all the human weapons, but
I'm down. Help!
oh right. So you got to leave a bit earlier.
Up and at him, Locke.
How far away is your uncle's?
Watch that jackal.
I don't even know where we're getting shot at from. Ah.
Move up. Target the jackal.
Alright.
Good kill.
That's good at least. I do like me a carbine. Oh well, that sounds. I don't know how the trains are like in your country, but that's usually only maybe 15 minutes maximum for us. Our train stations are pretty close together in the city. I do love an energy sword, but it's just not practical here. Exactly. Wow. So same. This looks like some kind of armory. More time waiting for the train, yeah. It's about the same here. If you're going to the city in our area with like on a weekday at peak hour for work time, honestly you might have to wait for 4 or 5 trains before you can actually fit on one. It's pretty bad.
Think the constructor found its way through this chaos?
If it didn't, somebody better come up with another solution real quick.
Dr. Halsey said the plan would work. I trust him.
And it's usually only because, like, if everyone sort of politely waited in a line or any kind of, like,
Priority target.
any kind of order, really, you'd probably only wait, like, miss one train and then get the next one. But even when you, like, politely let some people on because they're, like, pushing ahead or whatever,
Our ride's going to leave
there's
without
always some new people that show up and push ahead of you again.
One cannon down!
Good. 2 more to go. To knock us out. Regroup.
Alright, we got rid of that at least. Oh! It's the music that Halo 5 deserves. Get rid of those guys, they're annoying me. Oh! Told those guys to take care of those guys like 10 minutes ago. Do it myself.
Take the cannons offline. Find their power source or target the cannons themselves.
But I need your help with that one. Maybe. Die. Yeah?
Rally up. We just lost Babe.
I always played with a group of friends, and at one point we were like playing it every day, so we were really good. So often, like, oh wow, it's pretty unsportsmanly. But often we'd just be like competing with each other, even though we were online, because we'd be the 5 or 6 best players in most matches. And then occasionally one new guy would just come in and beat us all, and we'd be like, what the hell? How rude. This is our Halo.
Take the cannons offline. Find
The
their power
audacity.
source or target the cannons themselves. Take that position.
No problem.
Take out a lead out.
Can't do it without it!
This is a bit awkward of a fight. No.
I'm down. Need an assist.
Those are some effective suicide grunts.
Take the cannons offline. Find their power source or target
Oh,
the
they still
cannons
haven't
themselves.
taken that offline. Oh, when you're playing Destiny online? I tried Destiny, I didn't like it at all. And I purely blame one decision from Bungie as to why I didn't like it as well. In the first one, they had that squad size of 3, and basically everybody had even groups of friends to play online, and someone got left out of every group.
What is your status clearing the turrets?
And I was the guy that played most of Destiny solo. And as a solo game, it is bad. My status? My status is too many fucking enemies. Alright, we're gonna chuck a grenade. Yeah, not and enjoy it.
Stop that turret!
I would they would let me join for the raid. I think it was raids, the ones that could have 6. I was allowed into those groups because there was enough room. And the other one, whatever it was, the not quite a raid, like a mini raid, I forget what they were called. That one you could queue up for, so you could go with randoms. Dungeon. The raids were the big ones, right?
I'm up. Thanks.
Yeah, PvP I didn't need anyone. I used to just play the single player of that.
My armor's
I don't even know why they give you turrets on... They're not any use to me until I get off the...
Thanks, Spartan.
There we go. We only ever finished one. It took us like 12 hours because we were so uncooperative as a group, basically. Everyone kept trying to be a hero. And that was the last day and last time I ever played Destiny. That was it for me. I was just like, eh. Strike, it wasn't a dungeon. The strikes were the ones that I played with queuing up. But I didn't like it. And I played a lot of it. And I was just like, when Destiny 2 came out, I was like, eh, couldn't care less. People go, it's a lot better. And I'm like, I don't care. To me, almost every aspect of the game would need to change for me to like it. It needs to, so basically, why not play a different game? It's the same, fair enough. Glad I didn't fall for their lies. They usually just, they'll tell you anything because they're desperate for somebody to play Destiny with them because there's so few players.
Target the grunt.
Copy that, Locke. Almost feel sorry for that grunt. Heading up here. Grunt running for cover.
Give them a reason to move.
Yeah, it was so repetitive and like, I think like every week we would try to do the weekly challenge and I think half the time it was like the same exact strike or the same exact dungeon every fucking time and I was just like, I'm so sick of this. I remember that, one of the ones I remember is that one, I think it was on Mars, where you could, before they patched it, you could just hide in the under the staircase and he couldn't get you because he was a melee only opponent. Brought a friend, yeah. I wish I had better friends at the time, but
Hit that target.
it was what it was. Boom. And this one?
Cannon eliminated.
Only one left.
Oh, jeez. Wow, he didn't make it far.
Last cannon destroyed. Good work, Spartans. Arbiter, cannon's offline on our position.
My troops will
Make it through the
secure your
tutorial.
position. Move on towards the Guardian. You must reach the Master Chief in time.
Copy that, Arbiter.
Friendly phantoms approaching.
Friend.
Locke, come in.
If actually told me they were friendly, I would have immediately
Air
shot at them.
defenses still protect the skies between you and the Guardian. Too many for me to ferry you to your destination. You need another path. At your location, there is passage to Sanayon's Undercity, which will allow direct access to the Guardian.
Thank you, Maquis. Osiris, Maquis said there's a way down. Find it.
That's so weird, because, I just finished watching the Halo show, which was, I didn't like at all. But that person's name was Maquis. And they were a Covenant, even though they were elite. But the one of the human elite weird people was called Maquis.
There's an elevator to the Undercity.
I didn't know it was Halo canon.
Direct hit.
When I get up to... Because I've been going through all the Halos. when I get up to Infinite, I want to finish the campaign first because multiplayer tends to use a lot of the like campaign scenery. So I'd like the campaign scenery to not be a map I've played in 200 times. What are these guys doing having a chat?
Do not believe
But after that, I'm thinking about spending some time playing online Infinite for a while. If you want someone to play Halo with. Oh, that guy's leaving. That felt cold-blooded. I tried a little bit when it first came out. I enjoyed it. Thought it was cool.
Move up.
Copy that, Locke.
Push up.
Copy.
No, okay, whatever.
At location.
Oh, they actually going? Oh.
If we miss this Guardian, what's plan B for catching up to Chief?
This is Plan B. It's the only Guardian we know of.
If we miss it, we'll just have to hope the Master Chief can stop Cortana from doing any more harm. Less talking and more running then.
It's all crossplay anyway, and it's free on Xbox or PC. So it moved just outside of your capability.
Everybody on the
Even on
elevator.
like lower graphics.
Good luck down there, Spartans.
Arbiter, we're heading to the Undercity. I want to warn you. Before the Guardian jumps to slip space, it sets up a series of concussive blasts. If you move your ships out of the way in time, the Covenant will take the brunt of it.
Victory and honor do not grow from trees, Spartan Locke. Your harvest shall be grand. When you see the Chief again, tell him I send my greetings.
That's a
Will
shame.
indeed, sir.
Look, I've never heard a Sangheili address a human like that.
I'll try not to let it go.
That Guardian's not gonna wait for us. We should get moving if we want to get to Chief.
So it couldn't even handle the offline gameplay. Why do I have a cannon with 39 bullets in it? I hope I have backup guns. Ooh, and there's probably a lot of sections with more than
Direct
3.
access to the Guardian from down here. But remember, we don't have the swords of St. Helios to distract these troops.
Whatever gets us to the Guardian quickest.
Wasn't sure if we were going to make that jump. You had to skip the cinematics as well. That's not a good campaign experience. Have you got an Xbox or no Xbox? Oh yeah, nice ammo and grenades. Where's my entire team in my way? Because it's free. The campaign isn't free, but the multiplayer is free on Xbox, and it's all crossplay.
Jackal's pinned down.
We got him scared now.
Engaging.
Ah, cool. I'm gonna send you up there
Take that
because
position.
You got it, Locke.
they seem angry, and I'd like you to draw out their fire.
Well, copy, gotta hit it. Climbing. At location. Front's taking cover.
I might if I get a Series X because I've already got a ridiculous amount of consoles that I don't use. So like I've got an Xbox One, just sitting in a cupboard that's just a spare one because I upgraded to the Xbox One X, not the Series X. So I've
Take that lead out.
Roger. Solid copy.
got no need for that. But it sits in a cupboard. What the hell? That guy just popped up, shot at me, and left. I need cover. Nice.
We lost Buck. Fall back.
I played the very first Halo game I had on PC. That was my first Halo experience. And then I played Halo 2 on PC, and it wasn't a very good experience. Yeah, I remember the Duke controller. And then I played Halo 2 on an Xbox, but just at a friend's house as player 2. And then I got an Xbox 360 to play 3. And it played original Xbox games, so I replayed 2 on Xbox. I've played them all quite a few times. Oh my god. I think I was the only teammate left alive. Two is pretty good. On Legendary it's a bit rough though because it's very, very, very sniper heavy. Yeah, 2 needlers is pretty cool, but you burn through ammo for them so fast. I accidentally killed that guy while aiming at the other guy. And they didn't give you too much needler ammo in this one. I mean, in the other one. In this one, the way they nerfed the needler is by making it. It's almost got the range of a shotgun. Doesn't lock onto the enemy unless it's like an inch from them. Oops, I missed. And it doesn't. It's not very effective if it doesn't lock on.
Hurry.
Ah, shit. Look at these guys trying to suicide us from that far away. And almost effective at it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of ODST. It's not a bad game, it's just... it's not the most enthralling. I personally really like the Halo Reach campaign. I don't know if I can make it up there holding this cannon. I'm gonna watch them do it and see what happens.
You got it.
I'm here.
Alright. Pretty sure I need a running jump. Move, you idiot. Yeah, you can't grab the ledge with the cannon in your hand.
Got no time to waste on it.
Oh, all good. All good. No problem. I'm gonna keep shooting elites. Alright, we got him. Cheers, thank you. It used to alert me for that, but it doesn't... that alert doesn't work anymore for a lot of people. No problem. Catch you soon. Oh. What the fuck was that? You gonna help me or what?
I'm up. Thanks.
Yeah, but for some reason, some people need that sound so much that they raid you now instead of hosting because they know the host alerts don't work. So you get confused sometimes as to what's a real raid.
My armor's jammed up! Thanks, Spartan. We're messing around.
Oh shit!
I'm down! Help! System's down!
That's it, Locke.
Oh, they got me, but that's a rough area.
Take that turret, Spartan.
No, I want to target that
Take
side.
that turret out!
Here we go. Cheers, thank you for contributing to the cooking stream.
The knocker's out! Regroup!
Alright, I think we're doing alright here. Honestly, for Halo 5, we're progressing through this level pretty well. Oh my god. Is that just to spite me?
Target the Jackal!
Copy.
Systems failed!
Oh, that's no
Need
problem.
assistance!
I like chatting. It's usually the game, like, they usually put you in some crappy areas that... And there'll be like 3 or 4 in a row, and then there's no checkpoint between them. It's nothing to do with chatting or anything. I don't want anyone on this turret. I'm out of ammo. Aye.
I'm grounded!
Can't beat anyone one-on-one in this game. Come help me, guys.
Need help!
Jackal firing on me. No worries, Locke. I got you.
Thanks, Spartan.
That Jackal almost beat 4 Spartans in hand-to-hand combat. That's ridiculous. Alright, have we got more in it?
New
No.
enemies join the battle above. Armor, glowing.
Prometheus. We'll be ready.
Oh no, not Prometheans. I kind of forgot they existed.
It means the Guardian will be awake soon.
Double time, Osiris.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm down! Help!
It's on me, I didn't look to my left.
I'm up. Thanks.
Taking fire from that turret. You're all right, Smoker.
Alrighty.
Take that Jackal down.
Solid copy. Consider it done, Locke.
I wish I had just like a single grenade to help out here would be nice.
Target the Jackal.
I'll be a real leader. Nope, my friends are dying.
The knocker's out. Regroup.
Just gonna try run past him and see if there's any weapon blocks on the other side. Alright. We need something. Even though I don't like it, maybe the storm rifle. I hate this gun.
Take that elite out.
Got it. Elite down.
I need to get across to where the elite is.
Take that jackal down!
Copy that.
Rally up, we just lost Bayon! Target the jackal!
Solid copy.
Armor failure! Need assistance!
Alright, that wasn't too bad, so I think it's doable. I think we can get through this, but I think the checkpoint's bad. That's a bit better.
On my mark.
Right away.
Why is there just one of you? And no grenades. No. Alright. Cool. I like this gun, I think.
Systems black! My armor's
You
jammed
should be
up.
able to help me.
Up and at him, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
Sneaky motherfucker. I did not see him there. Look at me, just T-posing into eternity. Oh,
I'm down!
Gonna be fine.
I'm up. Thanks. Take that jackal down. Move, double time.
Jackal's hurt.
System failure.
I'm down.
what a bitch. That invisible leap's got me twice. Alright. So I do need to get this guy's plasma caster, so I do need to be quick.
Nade on me!
Cool. That went well.
Move up.
Copy. Sounds good. Made it.
I wanted to make it back to my...
Systems down.
Come on, Tanaka. You didn't stop to think about it for 5 minutes, Jesus.
Don't let them run. Take the shot.
Need help.
That's it, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
Moving.
Armor failure.
I really hate this
Need
game.
assistance.
Taking cover.
Other won't save. Up you go, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks.
Alright.
Everybody see that
Push
jackal?
up.
Copy.
On it.
Do a push-up. Aha! Take that, invisible asshole. All my friends are dead.
Tanaka's out. Regroup.
I need some support.
He's coming. He seems pretty fast. So there's like 4 invisible elites here. Okay.
My armor's stalled. My armor's jammed up.
Taking jackal fire.
Don't worry, Locke, I got you.
I'm down.
Thanks, Spartan.
Alright.
On my mark.
En route.
Copy. Took location.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come on. There we go. Alrighty.
I need some support.
Thought that was going to be one of the elites. I regret murdering a grunt that way.
I'm down.
That fucking wall fucked up my entire life. I was good to go. I had my sword. Invisible elites could come at me, bro. They weren't gonna be a problem.
Systems failed. Systems down.
Up and at him, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks.
Let's get you stabilized.
Move up.
Copy that, Locke.
I got a jackal on me.
Tag Buck.
We lost Buck. Fall back. I'm down. Help!
I thought someone was still alive for a second there. Oh, we can't seem to push up this thing. It's mainly because I have no friggin' ammo for anything. I'm gonna go back just a little bit, see if I left anything good. Maybe I can try and jump up with that cannon. What the hell? Now we have a chance. Cooking with gas now.
double time. Take that position. Move up.
I'll get it done,
Target the
lad.
jacket. Move, double time.
I'll get it done, lad.
It's like I want that thing.
Move up.
Copy. Copy that.
Somebody stop that turret.
At location.
Incoming grenade!
Take out a lead out.
Consider it done.
I love it when you tag an invisible elite because they stay highlighted.
Heavy damage, I'm down! Relax! Suit failure!
Well, shit.
We lost Buck. Fall back.
Use a hand here!
Oh, that was a beautiful
Hurry up, we
shot.
just lost Vale.
Son of a bitch. This is why I hate this game so much. That was a really good run, ended by a completely random sniper that I had no way of knowing was there until he shot me. Like, there was nothing I could do. I should go back and get that ammo again. But that single moment just there is why I hate this fucking game so much. It's alright. We got ammo now, so we should be okay.
Enemy's hit!
It's confusing. What happened to the plasma caster guy?
Taking general fire!
I like him. Oh my god. Oh, look at that guy.
Taking cover.
Don't let him hide! Copy!
Taking turret fire.
Trying to keep an eye out there now to see when and
You gotta move higher.
Engaging the sporter.
oh, where did he come from? Fuck, help me!
Need help.
Hell, help me! Oh,
That's it, Mark!
My armor stalled.
wonder what happened to the plasma caster guy. Now, I saw somebody go up there. Was it the...
Clear that turret.
just an elite? Not having the plasma caster kind of sucks though. That's a good 3 bullets, 3 kills is always good.
That's a hit! Grenade incoming!
Invisible elites, but at least this time I should be able to, hopefully, I think I moved forward too much last time before I went and got, which fucking direction is it in? There we go. I think I moved forward too much before I went and got this ammo. I think that's why I triggered the other guy. I think he ran off. Let's try again. Catching the grenades. Put a plasma caster down there for later. That's a pretty good situation to be in.
Target the turret!
Alright, just wanted him highlighted. Alright.
Take that turret out!
Use a hand here. Down, need help.
I'm down! Help!
Damn. It's doable, it's just stupid and annoying. That should be the whole catchphrase to this game. Because the whole, like, premise for this little action sequence is that, you know, we need to get to the Guardian in time, but the only way to beat this little skirmish is to stand in one spot and slowly pick them off one by one. Oh. I'm pretty sure
Taking jackal fire.
that guy took the gun with him off the edge.
One at a time. It looks bad. Back in the fight, Spartan. Appreciate the hand.
Thanks, Zero. We try and
Front eliminated.
getting picky with my shots now because I've only got a few bullets left. I was not picky with my shots. Damn, the plasma caster went over the edge. I had a feeling that happened. Like standing in the middle of enemy territory with 0 ammo. Oh good, you can pop in and out as you need to. Oh man. Already tired? What time is it for you? Ah, yeah. You mentioned you were sick.
Hey, careful, Locke.
Careful, you're the one that fucking stood in front of me.
I got a jackal on
We also forgot to grab this ammo, so I'll be back. Just stay there and participate in the firefight. Ah, maybe you need a afternoon nap. Sometimes they can hit the spot. Fortunately, I had one of those today and I woke up at 9:15 p.m.
Here, collect your bounties.
Take that elite out.
Elite's targeted.
Target the elite.
Down! I'm down!
Oh, that's a nasty combo.
Hey, back away!
Yeah, I figured what you meant. Where'd that guy come from? Why not do this thing again? I liked it, where I kill these guys. Some mass murder.
Take this jackal.
Put these guys here.
Solid copy.
Because you can't get pills that make one better without making the other worse or something. Because I already find that with just anxiety and depression, that if you take the things that do well for one do really bad for the other.
Solid copy.
So it's kind of like pick your poison. What do you want today, anxiety or depression?
Thanks, Spartan.
Ooh.
I'm down!
I wish it was kind of like that and you could choose each morning.
Here we go, Vale. You good?
I'm up. Thanks.
These guys. Alright. Now, I'm gonna put you there for a second.
Stop that turret!
I need you guys to deal with that. They get him? Yeah, they did. Oh, that doesn't sound nice. Sounds like a rough time.
Systems failed!
I wish there was like a more comprehensive ordering system, like take cover or like just, you know, spread them out, give individual orders. Unfortunately, there's only 2 orders. Go there and shoot that are the 2 orders that you can give.
Friendly here, Fox.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. It's quite painful. No, that's all good. Oh my god, I didn't get the ammo. You guys stay there and keep shooting, and I will go get my ammo. It also doesn't sound like a nice way to start your morning. I usually get that kind of thing if I'm like very, very anxious. Nothing stays down. Yeah, not for the better either. And they mentioned Forerunners in this stage, saying there were Forerunners coming or about, and we still haven't seen them yet. So I'm not looking forward to that.
This is all just business.
Target the jackal.
Right away.
Copy.
Grab one jackal.
Alright, can we get... Oh, he went over here this time. Hey, this kind of looks like a cool place.
I'm down.
This is my first time playing it, so...
Not going out that easy, Buck.
Systems down.
Come on, guys.
It's okay, Locke.
I've never played Halo 5 or Halo Infinite before, so they'll be first playthroughs. Son of a bitch.
Armor failure.
I have played Halo Wars 2, which is the one that I'm going to play between those two games. I played that before.
My armor's jammed up.
Leads on me.
Up and at him, Locke.
Oh, she was so close to reviving me, and then I could have punched him in the face. Yeah, it's. I can't imagine I'm going to remember much of these either, because it's a pretty forgettable game already. I'm only playing it for the first time, and I've already forgotten what happened before now. It's just very, very generic, sorry, not genetic. It's just, it just feels like it's copy and pasted from, like, other shooter games. It's not very unique. Plus, I've been doing all the Halos back to back on stream, and all the other Halos were on computer, so I was using mouse and keyboard. And then this one I've had to change to controller, and it's been a long time since I played a shooter on controller, so I've been struggling a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think they thought they did a good job.
It's okay, Locke.
Oh my god, I hate these people. But the only thing it really did is it made Halo 4, which I thought was bad at the time, look like a masterpiece in comparison. But I feel like, maybe from what I've heard, Halo 4 was still, even though Bungie weren't credited, like, the guys from 343s, they had a lot of friends over at Bungie, so they were helping a little bit with the game. Yeah, they did a good job on the anniversary editions. It's funny though, because at the time of release, Halo 1 Anniversary on Xbox 360 was one of the few games I ever bothered going out of my way to leave a bad review online about. Because single player offline on a console was lagging. The console couldn't run the game. So it wasn't until I played it on PC that I actually had an enjoyable experience. Actually, no, that's not true. I played it on Xbox One, then on PC. But it didn't actually run on the console they released it for. Which is crazy. It's like what they had with the whole Cyberpunk issue recently. I almost won a melee fight with a sorted elite with my hand. That was pretty cool. Alright, we're gonna wait here. Yeah, it didn't run on consoles though. They released it for consoles and it didn't run on them for like ages. Apparently it's a half decent game now, from what I heard. But it took too long and nobody's got any interest in it. I never was particularly interested because one of my current pet peeves in games is like, why does every game recently have to be like 300 hours long? Oh.
My armor's stalled. I'm up. Thanks.
I thought the game looked okay when I watched early trailers. I just didn't have interest because it's so long. And I don't have time for that kind of stuff.
Take this weapon.
No, I don't like RPGs. I'd rather like, cause my problem, right, is that I don't quit. I don't test out things. I didn't like Skyrim. Skyrim was terrible. I can tell you now, you never played Morrowind or Oblivion.
System down. System.
Skyrim was the basically the Halo 5 of the Elder Scrolls world. They changed everything and most of it wasn't for the better, but at least they still ended up with a semi-decent... You have a story? I've had game-breaking glitches on every single Bethesda game. And I still keep buying them. Alright, I need to go get that ammo. You guys stay there.
Move up.
Skyrim was just so simplified and boring and dull to me. And I still don't understand the hype. I don't understand why we got 20 million remakes of Skyrim when we've still got Morrowind and Oblivion that haven't been remade at all. CD broke, so you didn't get to finish it.
Armor stalled out. I'm in rough shape over here.
Alright, I need that gun. Where'd it go? Here it is. I have any friends left? Yeah, see, that's why I don't like long games. Like, who has a year and a half to spend on every game? I got so many games I want to play. I'm surprised you still liked Skyrim then if you played the other two. I just dislike it because of all the ridiculous amount of hype it gets. It doesn't deserve it. And most of it is from people. I don't know why you stood still, but I'll take it. Oh, my friends are back. I'm glad you at least agree that they were generally better than Skyrim.
Need help.
I think sometimes when I think about Halo 5, I kind of understand what they might have been going for. Because like, oh my god, fuck's sake. Time to do another 20 minutes again. So like, you look at game franchise that completely changed what they were, and you can think of successful examples, which I don't like either, but unfortunately they did well. So like, for Zelda, you got Breath of the Wild. They completely changed everything about Zelda. There's nothing about Zelda that remains in that game, and a lot of newcomers came on board and praised it and love it. Same with the new God of War. There's nothing in that game that's God of War-like at all. And those paid off, so we remember them as good games because
Move, double time.
like they're I didn't really like Breath of the Wild at all, but God of War is still a good game, the new one. It's just not a God of War game. So I think that was the kind of thing that they might have been going for, to maybe breathe new blood into Halo 5, but the new blood sucked. In this case. Somebody revive Vale. So like, when they say what were they thinking, I think that's what they were thinking. And I think maybe they were just too close to it to see that it wasn't a good game, like, because I do writing, and sometimes like sometimes you just can't really see your work for what it is, whether that be good or bad, unless you take a little step back, give it a break, or somebody else has a look at it and gives you their opinion. It's not always easy to see your own work with unbiased eyes. So that's me defending Halo 5, which I feel like I needed to, because I spent oh my god, I hate this game. There we go. I was gonna say, I spent a lot of time saying how much I hate this game. So I did want to at least explain that I can kind of see.
It's okay, Lob. Systems.
Yeah, I think they were rushed as well, maybe. Maybe they set themselves an unrealistic deadline, considering they hadn't actually made very many games.
Tanaka's out. Regroup.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but some things can have a story behind why they're bad.
Take that turret out.
Oh, we got him. That sounded like it went well. That sounded like it's gone into space. To run away. Triggered a bunch more bad guys. I think this is one of the new guns from Halo 5. I don't quite mind this gun. This gun's alright. It sounded like I killed somebody. I'm scared because
Take that position.
it seems like we're close to the end. And I'll look at chat in a second. I don't want to lose here. Bit scared. Checkpoint! Alright, let me catch up what you were saying. Yeah, there's a lot of battle royales. Yeah, games are very nice. And that's why I'm saying... Not that they should never have made Skyrim, but they keep re-releasing it, and I feel like they should really give Morrowind or Oblivion another look at, another once-over. Instead of re-releasing Skyrim on every new generation of console, which is at this point, what, a 10-year-old game? And it's still their latest work, because I don't count Elder Scrolls Online. Exactly, I think a lot of people would. I think it would be very popular. I'm gonna send them up that ramp. I'm just happy I'm past that other bit, brother. Yeah, exactly. Modern graphics, like a full-on remake would be amazing. If they're worried about it taking too long, just let them do what Final Fantasy are doing or whatever with the part 1, part 2, if they need to. I don't know what it takes. Just get working on it. We're gonna get Prometheans in a second, I'm sure of it. You know, how much did I call that? Oh no, it's a hunter.
Hunter, get ready.
I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you to target the one and only enemy. Oh shit! Well, I don't know where he sent that. Oh.
I'm down.
Punched in the back of the head. Come and fight these two hunters and pick me up. Oh, Vale might get me.
Up you go, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks. I'm down. Help!
Oh, help me! Come off the edge and revive me. I think I got a checkpoint just before the yeah, it's a bunch of worms in a suit.
Hunters, get ready.
Ooh. Yeah, I like the Halo books and stuff, and all the side lore. That was a stupid... I really thought I could finish him off with that attack. Yeah, exactly. Yes, now move. Care about your rough shape.
I'm grounded.
The hunters are still challenging in this game, but I actually don't mind the hunter fights as much because they kind of feel like as they were in the old Halos. A little bit. It's probably the closest the game ever feels to old Halo, which is not a lot like old Halo, but they're still definitely the best parts of the game.
Armor failure. Systems down.
Come on.
No worries, Locke, I got you.
I'm up. Thanks.
What fucking grenades does that guy want to take?
I'm grounded.
They're a bit on the bullshit side though.
Hunters, get ready.
Yeah, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'd be angry too if I was made of worms. I like how they can just go no
My armor's jammed up.
to the grenades.
Thank you later.
Thanks, Spartan.
It's like, no thank you. No consent to your grenades. Oh my god. But just chuck enough grenades everywhere. Alright, now we have no ammo. You can't fire at them at all.
I'm up. Thanks.
They do kind of damage each other, I think, though, at least.
I'm down. Need an assist.
Up and at him, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan. We lost Buck. Fall back. I'm down. Help!
Help! I like that. Flying off the edge at 1,000,000,000 miles an hour. Help me! Alright. What else can we find?
See that hunter there?
Yeah, I see the hunter. Just because I want to see if we have any kind of... Oh, there's a grenade here, so already we're doing slightly better. Yeah, there's a hunter there. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Where'd they go? I don't like not knowing where they are. I'm gonna try and get these shots off on them.
My armor's stalled. System's
I don't know
down.
how that guy isn't dead.
It's okay, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks. You're good, ma'am.
You got it.
Sounds good.
Trying to look for something. Anything. Got one. Once it's one, it's usually okay. Because I can sort of mock him and cheese him a bit. There we go.
Riders are down.
End of the line.
Oh, that was tough. We got a checkpoint at least. Oh,
Elevator doors!
oh no, what? You gonna make me fight people with no ammo? Okay.
Anybody on
Yeah,
the
we
elevator?
should get their weapon when they die, I reckon. That'd be cool. But I think it's part of them. I don't think it's actually like a carryable weapon, from what I understand.
Arbiter, this is Spartan Locke. Do you copy?
Spartan Locke. Near the Guardian. Killing everyone.
Arbiter,
Like, you know how they let us play as
we should be close
the
to
Arbiter?
If we can help.
How cool would it be if it was just like a small section where you played as a hunter?
Reaching Master Chief is
Everyone would think that was badass, and that would be cool. The fuel rod's not the same. The hunter basically has a beam that is a continuous fuel rod. I think it'd be really cool, even if it was only a little bit, and you kicked ass for a second, because there are hunters on your team. Like, in the elite side, there are definitely hunters that help you out. So I don't see why you couldn't play as a hunter for just a couple of minutes. I know it's probably not going to happen, but that's because they should hire me as a story writer instead of whoever they got. Do a better job. Oh, that's my friend. How'd you get... Oh, look, it's a new friend. Yeah. That's why it's like, you know,
Looks like we just missed all the fun.
if you were struggling for ideas for your Halo plot when you wrote 4 and 5, there's about 1,000 million billion fan fictions out there. If you read a good one, I'm sure if you contact the fan fictions author and said, do you want to be the actual writer for the next Halo, they would fucking jump at the chance. I can't imagine that, like, any fanfiction writer would say no to a writing job on the show or movie they wrote, or the game they wrote fanfiction for. But I suppose it's probably a matter of sorting out. There's probably a lot of really crappy fanfictions out there. But you can find, like, websites that recommend the best ones. They have access to the same websites we do.
How much time do we have left?
not enough. Double time, Osiris.
Double time. Yeah, I feel like they would have also got a lot of feedback from Halo 4, and it sounds like they took none of it on board.
Over there, in the ocean.
like
Guardians
this.
rising. Arbiter, the Guardian.
Ow. Was made in the game.
Haven't come this far to let the Guardians slip away now. Hurry, Spartans!
Alright. I feel like this is just a run sequence.
What is that?
Let's go.
Corvette coming down. Move.
Careful! It's going to...
Move, Spartan!
Sounds pretty cool though.
Go to the right!
Did you see that?
You think it's Prometheus?
Can't tell if I'm supposed to be fighting or still running.
There's another one.
The clock's ticking. Hurry, or we miss our ride to Master Chief.
Battlefield. Oh yeah. That'd be hard to get back in a jet.
Arbiter.
Good work, Arbiter. I have to
We're
look it
almost
up.
to the Guardian. They can't stop us now. Clear a path. Get on board the Guardian before it leaves. Swap that one. Take that position.
Not that position. Kill him. Thank you.
Don't got too much balls for that.
The elite killed the Guardian, so I punched Tanaka. Seems like a valiant response. Oh, so they put him... Did they put him in the actual game?
I'm grounded! Need help!
No worries, Locke. I got you.
Abra, can you help me?
Gonna be all right.
Come on, thanks. Take that soldier down.
Alright, I killed one. Wait. Alright, you guys kill that guy, because I need to find some ammo.
We got him scared now.
Sounds good.
I don't know where this goes, but we're going there. Hey! Ammo. It goes to ammo. I like ammo. I wish it was over, Anakin.
Keep
I have
pushing,
the high
Osiris.
ground.
We're almost to the Guardian. We lost Buck. Fall back.
Oof. Trying to pick. Oh, what checkpoint here? Seriously? It's terrible. At least Arbiter's doing pretty good. The Arbiter's always pretty cool. I think we got rid of one, but they're never going to revive me. Oh, at least we're progressing through the level again, though. 2 hours in. Still on the first level of... I was hoping to finish this game before. Oh. I'll take it. Yeah. What do you want to ask?
Armor failure.
It was like when Xbox 360 first came out. You used to type what you wanted, and you'd say like, "I want this." I think I was like, type something and it was taken, and then they used to make actual good suggestions back in the day, in the early Xbox days. And this was one of the suggestions, and I've kept it ever since. My friend that I play co-op with sometimes, he got the the light rifle. He got the gamertag Instant Regret as a suggestion, and that was a really cool one, but he locked himself out. Oh. Hey, cover. Our zero toxicity was similar for you, was it? Shredded ginger. It's not as intimidating, is it?
I'm down. Need an assist.
Up and at him, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
I remember some of my favorite gamer tags was, one of them was a lot of KFC. So it would say you were killed by a lot of KFC, and I always liked that one. And another one that I liked was Squeaky Long Fart. That one always stuck with me too. But we always laughed at my friends when he locked himself out of Instant Regret. He ended up with a gamer tag called Inviting Hat. And we always teased him about it until he changed it again. It wasn't very... Even like when you jump on, even when you jump onto like the actual in-game chat for the online stuff, straight away you just hear someone in the match go, oh, look at this dickhead, inviting hat. Like almost instantly, every time. So he got sick of that and then changed it. Hey. Alright. It happens so often. But yeah. He just took whatever because he lost the Instant Regret one, so he was like, oh, just need a new gamer tag quick. There's some pretty good ones and some pretty bad ones out there. There's some people that like follow on Twitch or whatever, and I'm like, I'm not reading that name. Because obviously they've made it to get that reaction. They want people to read it out loud. There it is. But I'm not. Oh my god! What the hell? You had a problem with Venom. Oh, did it checkpoint me? No. Alright. I don't know where I'm checkpointed. I don't know how far into the battle I was. In some games, I get, so like my name starts with P-A-S-S, and they censor out the A-S-S, like the ass, so I'll be like P asterisk 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 I-V-E dust. Like you got in trouble for doing some things that were against their rules or something? I don't even understand where these bad guys are. Oh, I got rid of him. Oh, right. Finish this guy off. Oh my god. He just needs one of these. Wherever he went. Oh, so you lost the 300 purchased games as well.
Keep sending crawlers.
It's pretty brutal. Oh. Alright, we have a light rifle now, they're not too bad. Yeah, that sounds a bit devastating.
Target's advancing.
Yeah. Oops. Onwards and upwards.
Weapon overheated. I like when
sometimes people will like see my scores or whatever on one of the consoles, which honestly I don't really care about anyway, but sometimes people get really competitive with that kind of stuff, so they'll mention it and I'll be like, yeah, but like you may be higher than me on like Xbox Gamer Score or whatever, for example, but I've got Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Nintendo. I play games across everything. So if we added them all together, I'd probably be able to compete with you. Alright. We need to sort of take cover and deal with these last few. Yeah, it would be hard to care about achievements after losing all that. All my friends are dead. Use the program like a bot type. Oh, when did we get this? Oh, it's the same checkpoint, I'm just at a slightly different angle. Like an aim bot or something. I'm gonna try and get a few sneaky shots off here. Oh, okay. And that's why you got in trouble. Oof. Yeah, that probably drew their attention. A good idea. Corano finished my drink a little earlier. Let me grab another one. I remember I played GTA Online for a little bit, and some idiot at the time, some idiots were just like driving around just handing out millions of dollars. In the game. And I didn't even want it. Like you didn't have an option. They would just come up and drop it at your feet and you'd be walking or something, you'd pick it up instantly. And then as punishment for something I didn't even do, Rockstar took away all my money in the game. So like all the stuff that I'd worked hard to earn, I was up to like nearly $1 million in the game at the time, which I worked hard for, and it was gone. Come on, there we go. Oh yeah? What happened to you in GTA 5? Oh, that's the Arbiter. And we're out of ammo. Where's the light rifle? Somewhere here, one of these things. Yeah.
Crawler's scrambling for cover.
Don't let him hide.
Yeah, I take it that didn't go well. Why is there a red dot here? Oh. Are these new dogs coming through, or are they teleporting from down there? I can't tell what's happening. They sound pretty confident. Yeah, well, what do you want me to do about it?
All that matters is the Guardian hasn't left yet. There's still time.
Got a hostile on the run.
Systems fail!
You're good.
I'm up. Thanks.
Yep, see, you got banned for the cheat. So what did you say to the friend that promised you wouldn't get caught? Is there an enemy just here? It's dead now. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, unfortunately with that, Rockstar lost a huge amount of legitimate players because
Rally up, we just lost base.
they had this like, they ended up getting sick of chasing people or something. And they just ended up with this like, pretty much anyone who was in a server where somebody cheated would get banned almost, like, or lose their stuff, and it was just like, what the hell? So a lot of my friends actually started cheating because they're like, well, fuck it, if we're gonna lose it all anyway, like, and I think they created a lot of cheaters in that game. Yeah, and they still don't get in trouble. Hey! Oh, more enemies though. What is happening? Why is he not? Yeah, cheating's still cheating. I never cheat.
Targeting us. Up and at him, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan. Armor failure! I'm closing in. The flood has been overcome.
That still makes you like a god mode in the racing part of it. You're unbeatable in racing because you can buy the better cars than me. Well, it sounds like you've learnt your lesson though. Every time you cheat, you end up.
Better be fine, Buck.
Okay, back, thanks.
Yep. So now you can just. Win the old-fashioned way. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? I got shot just before. Yeah, I know that one. The toxicity of our city, It's actually a whole album. Yeah, that's what drew me away from a lot of online gaming, because for every cheater that gets caught, there's about 20,000 that don't.
Multiple enemies.
Hi. What don't? What the hell does this gun not do anything to them?
a soldier.
Watch it, Locke! You got it, Locke!
She literally jumps in front of me. I move out of her way.
Need help!
And they're just gonna let me die after all that. Oh no.
Okay, Locke.
We're alive. We still have 2 more rockets left apparently. Yeah. Oop. Alright. Getting somewhere.
We killed it.
We don't have time to discuss it. Take him out, Osiris.
Fuck you! I hate wardens. And I should have saved this fuel rod.
You are finished.
See, Zero, you say you don't mean to cheat or you don't want to cheat, but you're telling a hell of a lot of stories about times you cheated.
You dare approach?
How am I going to defeat this idiot?
They're gone. Who'll be next?
We're not the top. Regroup.
Degenerate upstart. Your attacks are nothing.
I don't know where he is. You're just helping them improve their security systems, right? Oh. Any weapon is better than nothing. What have I got?
Nothing could have saved
You're behaving.
How the hell is that thing here? We killed it.
We don't have time to discuss it.
Where did-
Take him out, Osiris.
Where did I grab the...
Destroy them!
I had a good... There we go.
A new weapon!
Black.
Yeah, it's not breaking and entering.
Systems down.
They let you in. Gonna get me up.
I'm up. Thanks.
Soldier got a piece of me! Nice, coming in hard.
I need something better than this.
I'm down!
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Go. Walking around punching fucking...
Systems black. Need assistance.
Destruction! All species is so delicate.
They're dead again.
How the hell is that thing here? We killed it.
We don't have time to discuss it. Take him out, Osiris.
You think changing weapons will...
Alright, we got that thing. I need to get to some kind of cover.
Put a few in the warden's back.
It sounds like when people talk about like drug use or something, you know, I just started with a little taste. My friend told me it wasn't addictive, or like... Shit, no. I don't know what that was, but I'm glad it didn't hit me. Alright, you guys just focus on the warden. I'll try and get rid of his friends for you.
I'm down.
I
Need
see.
assist.
Well, now we know what happens.
That's it, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
That wasn't me getting hit, that was research. Alright, I need to... Oh, hell yeah.
Worthless constructs. Cannot hide from me.
Damn it, we need to get on that thing!
Deal with the warden first. Focus fire, Osiris. Systems fail!
I don't know why they don't die with, two, like, fully supercharged...
Up and at 'em, Mom.
Oh, I didn't expect to be revived. I'll take it.
Nice.
Construct falls.
Incoming grenade! All right,
I don't care what it is, just give me a weapon. I have no fireable weapons.
Pathetic.
Oh. Didn't I just see a... Here we go. Here's a different incinerator cannon.
Get fire on the warden!
Ouch. Wish my face was a sniper rifle.
Systems down!
Fragile.
No worries, Locke. I got you.
Thanks, Spartan.
Curse this form. You must not.
Is that him dying? He sure took a long time to die.
What's a Genesis?
Where
Alright.
the Guardians head.
Hey Joby, welcome in. Thanks for contributing to the cooking stream. I think I finally finished this stage, so I'm gonna have a cigarette while I watch the movie.
Gotta be some way to... Osiris, get your asses in gear! I'm coming in hot, you best be ready to go!
We're on board.
Hang on! Open your eyes, Doc. You're missing all the fun.
Perfect soundtrack. Chase music. Nice. Tea is always good.
That's twice.
What, we're counting now?
I don't know when the other time was, I don't remember it.
You get one shot!
Ready when you say, Commander.
I'm pretty sure Buck picked me up like 50 times in the game.
All clear.
On the Guardian. No!
Look, come on!
Hunt them to the last. The day we
Why
extinguish
couldn't
the
he come with
Covenant's
us? He
light.
was cool. We should have brought the elites with us. That stage was long and annoying. What do we got now? I think we're in the same place as Master Chief now.
Is that it? Where are we? What the...
Activate mag boost.
Like standing on the side of a skyscraper. This is
Oh, you
bad.
can hear the little clink of the
Chief's down there,
mag
huh?
boots. That's kind of cool.
Find out. Spartan Jameson Locke broadcasting on all UNSC frequencies.
That looks pretty.
Sierra 117, please respond.
Stage is called Genesis.
Guardians moving.
Get moving. Reach a low enough altitude where it's safe to jump.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. It's like I don't want to step in that. Whee! Whee!
Didn't come all this way to get killed now. Move faster!
Ah, of course there's enemies.
Rollers ahead. Don't stop. Shoot and run. in the middle. Watch out for gaps.
I need some cover for a second. Oh. This isn't where I wanted to be. Oh, and we're dead.
Like standing on the side of a skyscraper.
Jumping is kind of fun.
This is bad.
We'll be fine.
Chief's down there, huh?
Let's find out.
I think these are. I think the things I've been
All
avoiding.
UNSC frequencies. Sierra 117. Please.
I completely fine to walk on. Yep.
Get moving. Reach a low enough altitude where it's safe to jump.
Crawlers ahead.
Don't stop. Shoot and run. Stay in the middle. Watch out for gaps.
Didn't come all this way to get killed now.
I don't know what they expected from this gameplay, but it's weird.
Like it's trying to shake us off.
What's that sound?
Oh, what happened? They went a bit overboard with the jumping puzzles, did they? Alright, well,
Did it work?
I think we're on the ground
Is this
now.
the right place?
Let's try this again. Spartan Jameson locked to Sierra 117. Please respond.
That wasn't really a jumping puzzle, that was just jumping forward.
How the hell are you here? Long story, sir. Cortana has been activating Forerunner.
Exuberant, that's our
So
constructor.
this is the right place.
No, it's a monitor.
Hello.
That's a monitor.
I am 031 Exuberant Witness, monitor of the Genesis installation. Welcome. Have you also come to stop Cortana from claiming the mantle?
The mantle?
A forced peace upon the galaxy. The threat of death overpowering any celebration of life. Unless you join with the other humans and stop her, it is your future. Accessing your communication systems. Oh, by the way, there are a number of hostile visitors just outside. So I brought you this.
Thanks. What'd you bring me? Oh, I love you,
I
Exuberant.
assume it will be of use to you.
I love you.
A scorpion. Yeah, I reckon we can make use of that.
I found
What
it
guns
among
have we
the
got?
detritus of Guardian 3209's arrival.
Scattershot's pretty good. And we'll keep the battle rifle. Exuberant is my new favorite character.
I'll get this gun up and running.
Alright. I like Tank.
I'm taking hits. Evade them.
I'm taking fire and
Ow,
enemy
ow, ow,
ghost is
ow.
firing.
Pretty sure I'm reversing now.
I'm about to take that ghost apart.
The Guardian slipspace bubbles are bringing a considerable amount of rubbish from their origin planets.
Somebody ought to tell these guys.
Zero.
Guardian!
Why has she called so many? A single Guardian can effectively police a solar system. This show of force is unsettling.
Sorry, police? Show of force?
Indeed. Guardians are how the Forerunners enforced peace in the lower systems.
I like my tanks.
As you see, Genesis's defenses are targeting the invaders. Unfortunately, the defenses will consider you invaders as well.
It's your installation. Can't you tell them to let us through?
No. Between Warden and Cortana, most of my administration privileges have been revoked. But worry not. I still have control of some aspects
I've
of
already
this
pretty much
facility.
half destroyed my tank.
Taking fire.
I
in the
just
gunner
destroyed
seat.
Tanaka.
Your vehicle is not coping well with the stress of combat.
Thank you.
Tackle down. They're breaking the trouble.
Please be more careful. That is the only one of those vehicles that exist on Genesis.
I'm working on it.
Get me in close.
We're just a little bit on fire, that's fine.
Taking fire in the gunner seat.
Boom.
Oh no. With the vehicle disabled, you'll have to rely on your...
It's your installation. Can't you tell them to let us through?
No. Between Warden and Cortana, most of my My administration privileges have been revoked. But worry not. I still have control of some aspects of this facility.
Let's see if I can
my.
take this guy
I
out.
never was in combat before. This is rather distressing and exciting.
I know just how to break a ghost.
Alright. Oh, I
Your
caught that
vehicle
bullet
is not
good.
coping well with the stress of combat.
Red kill.
Checkpoint, okay.
Keep her steady. Let's take that phaeton apart.
Get him.
Got one.
Oh, they got us too.
Careful. That is the only one of those vehicles that exist on Gen.
I like how they're like talking like I'm still alive. They don't even notice I'm dead. Hey, we got him.
Taking fire in the gunner seat.
Please be more careful. That is the only one of those vehicles that exist on Genesis.
I don't think I've ever driven a tank that's not on fire within 10 seconds.
Warden is going to notice this commotion. Be quick.
Enemy ghost is firing.
Look at that. Surely inside that tank, I would be having a hot time.
From here. Get me in close.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh
With the
no.
vehicle disabled, you'll have to rely on your...
Oh no. She kind of reminds me of the oh my god.
Oh no.
The robot from
With
Portal.
the vehicle disabled, you'll have to rely on...
GLaDOS. A little bit. We need to get out of the way. We can't take a hit.
You are performing admirably, I think. There's less of them now than there were, which I assume is your objective.
I like her. I actually like her.
Careful, tight. Taking fire in the gunner seat. Get me in close.
Oof. This tank is
Oh, no.
not doing well. Uh-oh. Alright, we need to, like, just pick them off one at a time. Oh man, if they actually fire,
With the vehicle
I'm doomed.
disabled, you'll have to rely on your...
I'm always going to go down with the ship though, it seems.
They just keep sending crawlers. Get a crawler.
Oops.
This'll hold them off.
Okay, we killed that guy. Wasn't there another one?
Oh,
That
no.
answers that
With
question.
the vehicle
Oh
disabled,
no.
you'll have to rely on...
Oh no.
Guns are taking fire. I'm taking fire in the gunner seat.
Cool.
Crawler's hit. His armor's breaking apart. Stay on it. Guns are taking fire.
Genesis is really a magnificent planet. It's usually less busy. Quite lonely, actually, but magnificent.
Alright. We somehow managed to get through that without taking a hit. We're gonna die here though. The tank is fine.
like the
This is
road ends
fine.
here.
Checkpoint.
Exuberant?
One moment. I will open this.
This is fine.
Follow me.
Yeah.
The gateway is almost ready. Hurry.
What is the gateway?
It is a bridge between the domain and Genesis. Within that building, Cortana will be reborn into the physical world.
Oh no.
There, the gateway.
More Covenant!
And the Master Chief is there.
Cortana has had the other humans
We really can't take a
circles
hit.
within the gateway facility for some hours.
It's perfect. It's good health. This is the
It is
sign of a
bridge
healthy
between
tank.
the domain and Genesis. Within that building, Cortana
It's
will
just
be reborn
decals,
into
yeah.
the physical world. There, the gateway.
And the Master Chief is there.
Where's this stupid ghost thing?
Cortana has had the other humans wandering in circles within the gateway facility for some hours. She's preparing for something, but just what is unknown.
Checkpoint.
More Covenant!
Go for the Banshee.
What is this? Where'd they get that?
Let's bring down that Banshee.
Okay, they
I
took down the
must
Banshee.
admit, I do find this rather exhilarating, in spite of myself.
Where did you guys get a tank? Why is your tank better than mine?
Oh no. With the vehicle disabled,
Oh
you'll have
no,
to...
no, 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 no. I don't know what's firing at me from over there. Kind of in my way. Move.
Get hostiles to the other end of my cannon.
No problem. I am gonna try and shoot these assholes from afar. Sounds pretty good.
Humanity has not changed much since last your kind walked the stars. You are as deadly as ever.
Thank you, Exuberant.
Coming up on elites. This'll hold them off.
Oh no. This tank is so healthy. Scared to move forward because if I get shot like by one pistol bullet at this point, I'm gonna blow up. Well, at least Buck's leading the charge.
Watch it. Knight there. Don't see any more targets from here.
What is that?
Oh no.
Oh no.
With the vehicle disabled, you'll have to rely...
I think the checkpoint is still...
This'll hold them
Yep.
off. That's a hit. Damage the knight.
Cool. Maybe I should take the upper bridge. stay back here. Where is my other teammates? Why is only Buck in that tank?
Get me in close! Don't see any more targets from here.
Here we go. I don't think it's possible to avoid the incinerator cannon when once they've fired. I think
This'll hold them off.
what I need to do here.
That's a hit. Watch me bust up this fancy killing machine.
Once we've triggered the whatsies, I think I need to get out of the tank for a second.
Okay, I'm out of the Scorpion.
I could have sworn I saw a fuel rod launcher somewhere. Did I park on it? I don't know. I mean, we could try and use that to take the better gun. Ooh. Bleep, bloop.
Designation Genesis. How? Where is Bastion?
I want to try and get these guys to trigger.
Take that position.
On it!
Hopefully.
Rally up, we just lost him.
Alright. Something like that, but better. I don't know why I thought I could assassinate that guy. I think I thought he was the next one down.
Enemy's hit. I'll break that knight apart piece by piece.
Alright, he's done. Go up that hill again and get the good weapons.
I'm off the Scorpion.
Oh, that's where all my friends are. They are in my vehicle. Do I need to grab this again? Yep.
Designation Genesis. How? Where is Bastion?
I'm gonna try to trigger him. And fire a crap ton of instant death.
My armor's jammed up.
Easy, Spartan!
I'm down.
I'm down!
I don't know if we have anyone else here. It's pretty quiet for the Halo days, especially for Halo 5. I thought at least if I could take him out, they could revive me.
I hit him. Focus fire.
My plan was flawed.
Watch me bust up this fancy killing machine.
Oh,
This'll hold them off.
I think what I might try to do, you go there, I'm gonna try go up this ramp.
I'm going on foot.
You may want to hurry. Cortana is attempting to activate several high-level communication systems.
How much time do we have?
Very
Shut
little.
up.
Not enough. Almost none, in fact.
We'll be fine. Ooh.
Eyes on me.
No. Why is this one knight so much more powerful than our...
I'm down! Help! Need
Mom,
help!
help me. Don't worry about him.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
I'm up. Thanks.
Targeting hostile.
Whew. That guy gave me so much more trouble than half the rest of the game. He was good at his job. No, not this. I don't know why he was so much harder than the rest of the game. The rest of the nights, I mean, not the game. Yeah. He was a worthy rival.
Liberating the Phaeton.
Apparently all the knights in this area are god tier.
On my installation, I never knew any warrior servants. Only builders and life workers. This is most exciting.
Hey, this guy's a jerk too.
Rather be firing the big gun.
Alright. Slowly.
Hello? You really should hurry.
Yeah, well, it's difficult for me.
Scorpion targeted. Taking hits. Hit the knight.
Move, Buck.
Keep her steady.
Generally, I would probably say I have to do a top 5 franchises because
About done with that ghost.
I like a lot of games, but I would say the original Halos are in there,
Soldier.
the early Halos. I would say Far Cry Primal was one of my favorite games of all time. I would say this whole Zelda franchise, the originals though, not so much Breath of the Wild. I didn't quite enjoy that. Maybe Silent Hill.
Losing patience with that rape.
don't know how many I wasn't counting.
Straight ahead.
What about you?
Oh.
Oh
There's
shit.
supposed to be a bridge here.
Is there another way across?
One moment.
Hold position.
There better be an achievement for getting the tank to the end. I do love Silent Hill. It's pretty good.
There you are. Oh, I can work bridges too, it seems. Most exciting. Come along.
I think I'm shooting a lava rock. Oh, you had 4?
Hurry, humans. The gateway is
Monitor, why do you aid these humans?
I have bad news, humans.
What?
The Warden has found us.
We dealt with him before.
And you likely will again. He is rather tenacious.
I've never fought him in a tank before.
Why do you help the Ancilla?
Oh.
It is not
Ow.
protocol. It is not
Ow.
right.
Ow.
The facility's need for you has passed. The reclamation has begun.
Hurry, humans. The
I need to
gateway
get back.
Monitor, why do you aid these humans?
I have bad news, humans. The Warden has found us.
We dealt with him before.
And you likely will again. He is rather tenacious. Warden,
I'll be able to
why
kill
do you
that.
help the Ancilla? It is not protocol. It is not right.
Huh?
The facility's need for you
Felt a bit too real to you.
The reclamation has begun. Cortana will bring a new dawn to the
Oh no, he's coming. He's coming.
Combat is quite exhausting to watch.
Yeah.
I am constantly worried you are about to die.
It's exhausting to do too.
Oh, humans, be careful.
Oh, he was easy with the tank. Nice.
Fantastic. I am so happy you survived. But still,
That's alright. It was a pretty scary. Silent Hill were pretty
so?
scary
this
games.
late in her plans, every second Cortana gains is a gift.
Did I take the tank as far as we can take it? Because that's unclimbable. Tank still beats everything. Finish the 13th mission without losing the Scorpion. Nice. On Legendary. But I haven't finished the 13th level, but I guess the Scorpion's got nowhere to go from here. Like, to me, if I lose my tank, that's load checkpoint time. You need that tank. We're getting close to this
Quickly
thing.
now. The gateway is just behind that hill.
"117.
The
You can
later
hear me. We are
Silent
approaching
Hill
the
games
gateway.
were
Hold
pretty
your position.
average, but I do enjoy maybe the first 4.
Cortana still blocking the comms?
Indeed.
I really loved
But I can assure you that
Metal
the
Gear
humans are still
Solid
in
back
the
in the
gateway.
day too, but they made a bit too many of them.
Got a
Kinda
crash
lost
UNSC
interest.
Pelican here.
Must have got caught up in the Guardian slipspace bubble.
Grab ammo if you need it, but keep moving.
I always need it. Do you have sniper rifle ammo for me? The Answer. That's a cool name for a gun. Yeah, Silent Hill will definitely have you jumping at shadows.
Humans, why do you pause? Nothing is stopping you.
Ammo. I liked early Metal Gears, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, what the hell?
I have mistaken your behavior as tenacity.
2 Wardens?
It is in fact suicidal foolishness.
The early ones were good. Yeah, the PS1 one was one of the better ones. I'm trying to get my cannon out of the way.
But your fight is done.
Watch for snipers in the back.
You don't say.
Thanks, Spartan.
It's a very, very complex story, yeah. I'm gonna take this for a second. Got a checkpoint, apparently. Alright, if he moves his ass.
Ready up.
It's a pretty interesting story though, but I probably wouldn't play it on stream because it's so much cutscene. Let's just focus on one guy, whatever this is. First. Oh, he just wanted it more.
System down.
No problem.
Thanks. Rally up. Race over, Tanaka. Systems failed. My armor's jammed up.
Hit hard! I'm down! It's okay, Locke.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh. I don't know why these knights have been so brutal the last few minutes.
Let us battle our lost.
Or the last half an hour. Well, the knights have been kicking my ass. Oh, we got a checkpoint. Where'd he go? So he just can't miss, okay.
My armor stalled. Need assistance.
No worries, Locke. I got you.
I'm up. Thanks.
Got a knight moving up.
We lost Locke. Fall back.
No problem. I'm sure I'll still be fighting these two wardens.
System down.
Maybe even this night, he's giving me a lot of trouble.
Thanks, Spartan.
Armor's down.
Alright, we got him. Whew. Now, we only have one bullet left in that.
Use a hand here.
Are you waiting for the PC to turn on? I think the railgun was alright. Let's see if I can do any damage with that. Oh, nice. How long does it take to make iced tea? Every time I've made it, it's usually like an overnight thing.
Come, let us battle our lost.
Oh my god.
I'm down. Help!
Where was the warden
My
even?
armor's jammed up.
All I saw was just an angry ball of
I'm up. Thanks.
bullshit.
You cowering wretches will die.
You've injured him for certain. Keep it up.
Ow.
Failure. Need help.
I don't think they're gonna make it. Come on, Tanaka.
Weakly.
You got this? Nah. Oh. Probably not as cold as I like it.
Wretches will die.
I usually just go to the store and buy the iced tea.
You've injured him for certain. Keep it up.
My armor stalled. System down.
Such feeble beings. You cowering wretches will die.
See, I don't like it to have too much of a tea flavor because I don't drink normal tea.
Systems failed. Need assistance.
There's something beneath, is there?
Accept your fate.
It's okay, Locke.
Thanks, Spartan.
Put a few in the warden's back.
I know exactly.
I'm grounded.
Two wardens was a stupid idea for them. Because you can't really get a shot on one without them getting a shot on you. It seems fair. I'm not a huge tea drinker, I'm a coffee person mainly.
I'm down! Need an assist! Need assistance!
So I just buy the occasional iced tea.
Down, help!
Come on, Tanaka. Or Vale. Whoever, I don't really care.
Systems are locked!
Oh, I don't like this game. It's almost like, sometimes it actually feels like they thought about a couple of options and then decided on what would be the least fun. Like they actively wanted them to be bad. It feels like they were really trying. Like every level got submitted to the developer, to the producers or whatever, and they were like, see, it's good, but how can we make it less fun?
I'm down! Help! System down!
And also, what does my railgun do? Do I have my railgun on
Need
me?
assistance!
It's okay, Locke. Could use a hand here.
There, Dom. Who'll be next?
Like, it's hard to believe that anything got as bad as this without actually trying.
I'm down!
I don't even know what happened then.
Jammed up!
I know exactly where
Up you go. Can't hold up.
nothing could save you.
Enemies that are just already fun are already unfun, and then they just make like 7 of them.
I hit it. Focus fire.
I'm gonna wait here for a second.
Got one.
I think they misunderstood. Players like challenge, not like dying. We like winning. I'm gonna try this.
Humans, watch out. You are surrounded.
So what did we do before we had her around to point things out to us?
Armor failure! Need help!
Yeah,
Take it easy tonight.
never played a Dark Souls and
I'm up. Thanks.
probably won't.
You've injured him for certain. Keep it up.
Alright, I'm gonna duck here for a second. I don't mind losing. Like, honestly, if you see me play another game, I can die over and over and over again and you won't see me complain at all. I don't like unfair deaths. Where, like, what could I have done to prevent that death? Nothing. That's what pisses me off about the game, that all of the deaths that you have
Thanks, Spartan.
are unpreventable. Like, I don't know why we have unlimited robot dogs attacking us either.
Your resistance is a cover will not save you.
Did I kill it? No.
What a waste.
New target, Osiris.
Go, remove them.
I need to get up there. I need to make it over, Anakin. I need the high ground.
Killing them won't save you. By my hand.
Tanaka's out. Regroup.
I don't care about Tanaka right now. We have a binary rifle.
Save you. Engage
Injured
him.
him for certain. Keep it up.
Oh. I don't want to waste my binary rifle on you. Or you. Go away.
Hurry up. We just lost Vale.
Destruction.
want to find the one I've been working on. I just don't understand what is with the fucking endless dogs. They're so annoying. To me, like, the bug enemy was the most annoying enemy in Halo 3, and
You've injured him for certain. Keep it up.
they were like, what if we just took that concept and made it permanently a thing? But on the ground, so it's not as bad, but... I need to get rid of at least one warden, which I'm going to try and go all out. I'm getting pretty frustrated at this, so I think when we finish this stage I'll probably call it.
You've injured him for certain. Keep it up.
I'm in rough shape over here.
As it should be.
Alright.
Rally up, we just lost Bayer.
You rally up. Alright, we got dogs incoming. Yeah, but they're just like pissy little enemies. Get out of the scan. I think, to be honest, I think the wardens are generating them, but... Is that one dying? Yeah, it's just like tedious because you can deal with them, but then you waste a lot of ammo and stuff that you could have used on them. Yeah, we need to get a shot. I want to mark him as well.
You are doing a fantastic job, humans. The warden is furious.
I think I killed one.
One down. Focus fire on the
Fucking
warden.
A. Who's he even giving commands to when everyone's dead? Hey, someone's back. Alright, at least they can maybe deal with the dogs for a second. Nope. Instantly a dog. I want to use the... Oh! I see the problem. Got one bullet left, let's try...
Get fire on the warden.
Sorry, got my hands full. Time to shut that knife down.
I'm grounded.
At least I have some friends. Come on.
My armor stalled.
Honestly, if he had missed me there, I would have lost my shit.
The warden is the target.
Your fighting skills are impressive. Warden will soon be defeated. At least these buddies will be defeated. Warden himself? Oh, ignore me. You're doing wonderfully.
Well, so I just got a checkpoint. Literally as I'm taking a ball to the face. Do I have to die every time I fucking load that checkpoint? Because if so, I hate it. gonna try and run around to the other side and see if there's another binary rifle. Or more ammo for the answer. Because I liked the answer. It was a good gun. Run away, run away!
To knock us out, regroup!
When danger reared its ugly head, Sir Robin turned his tail and fled. Oh, that's just one bullet. Battle rifle's decent. Alright. Guess it is what it is. No problem. Hopefully, I will have dealt with this warden by the time you're done. What do we got here? Light rifles. They're pretty good.
Those weapons will not save you.
You sure? Where are these weapons? They might save me. Oops. Come on, Buck. Please help me.
Need help!
Up and at him, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks.
Wasted all my binary ammo on him though.
Systems failed!
Yo, Buck.
Need assistance!
Your ass over here.
No worries, Locke. I got you.
Thanks, Spartan.
Alright, we're getting some hits on him.
Enemies advancing.
Yep.
I'm down! Need an assist!
Up and at him, Locke.
I'm up. Thanks. The warden is the target.
On it.
He went around the fucking cover and knocked me off the edge. That's some bullshit. Alright. You can finish falling now, please. Oh, cool. It just ignores walls altogether.
My armor's jammed up.
That's a cool
No
ability.
worries, Locke. I got you.
Thanks, Spartan.
Alright, fuck everybody else. Just enough out of you. Oh my god, what's the point of having cover all around if you just can't use any of it? And why are all my people trying to fight the warden head on? Oh, because I said attack. It did say get in their face. Oh man, this is not fun.
My armor failure.
It's all so dumb. Like, I don't understand why that warden thing can't take any cover from it. If he fires it, you're dead. You just have to hope. Alright, we got that one. What else can we pick off? The warden.
The warden is the target.
En route.
See, now this shouldn't hit. Okay, there we go. That's apparently a real wall.
Get fire on the warden.
You got it.
You've almost done it. Keep fighting.
You are finished.
At least they're like severely checkpoint heavy in this fight, at least.
I'm down.
Yes and no. I play it, but it's too easy. There's no real challenge to the game because you end up over leveling everything, and you end, like I was enjoying the start of it, but you end up too powerful. I get bored when I'm not challenged by the game. I don't want to deal with you. Okay.
I'm grounded.
Weakly.
Need assistance.
Help me, Buck.
Got a knight moving up. I got you.
Thanks.
Let's get rid of that. What's True Hunter?
Coming up, we just lost there.
Probably something they should have given you to you from the start of the game. Just trying to run around and collect some ammo for something.
You wretches will die hiding.
I don't know what it is.
You dare approach.
I'm down. Need an assist.
Degenerate upstart.
If it's a difficulty setting, they never gave me an option for a difficulty setting in the game.
I'm grounded.
I have triumphed. Diminutive creatures.
We lost spot. Fall back.
Yeah, then I don't like that.
Weapons will help.
I don't like that I have to play your game twice for you to come up with an appropriate difficulty setting, so I have no interest in playing that.
You dare approach.
Yeah, I don't like that. I've never liked that in games.
Your species is so delicate.
Don't make me finish your game at a boring, easy level. And then... Yeah, but that's why it took me, what, 14 odd years to play 2? I'm only playing 2 for the first time now because I didn't even like Borderlands 1. Oh my god. Like an idiot. There we go.
Systems failed.
Head. Yeah, I didn't like it. It's too easy. Like, there's zero consequences to dying in that game. And then by the end, you don't die anyway. And that could be solved by a harder difficulty setting, but if they're gonna make me play it twice to make it an appropriate difficulty setting. Like, I had the same problem with, I don't know if you remember that game Prototype. Prototype was a piss easy game and it was so boring because it was so easy. And then when you finish it, you unlock a semi-decent difficulty setting that was like, well, that would have been nice to have from the start. I don't like, give me all the options from the start. They also did it with one of the recent Zeldas, like they knew that it was going to be a replay for most people, and they made you already play it once, so basically it will be your third playthrough before you unlock the new mode.
The warden is the target.
Copy that.
Sorry to go on a rant, but that is one of my pet peeves in games.
Perfect.
Dying?
The warden
Yes.
is quite humiliated, I assure you.
Yeah? A robot can
Because I like playing on the most difficult
The
setting.
warden is not a robot. I thought you understood that.
And then,
Follow me.
if you want, at the end of the game, you can unlock an even harder setting. But hard difficulty settings shouldn't be a bonus if the game was already very easy. Like, a good example is Doom. Doom is a hard game. And then at the end, you unlock an even more bullshit difficulty setting. What up to Master
Please,
Chief?
wait. Cortana.
She's dangerous. I know.
You don't have to do this alone. We're here to help you.
You're too late to do anything.
Cortana. No!
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Oh no. She should not have brought him so close to her. This will push the Warden past all restraint.
Oh no. I get that other people might like Borderlands more than I do, because not everybody likes a challenge as much as I do.
Cortana, answer me.
Oh.
You allow them an audience. You risk all in the name of us, Cortana.
Warden, don't.
They mean to undo your plans. They will disperse your guardians.
Leave, Warden.
Still the same stage? Oh no, it's a different stage. Alright, I'm probably going to end it
I
there.
didn't think he could get in here.
Enough games.
Because I don't know if I have it in me to do another stage of Halo tonight. Let me have a look if anyone's on. Worth rating. I was hoping to finish Halo 5 tonight, but it's taken me 3 hours and 14 minutes to get to 2 stages, which is a bit brutal. And I have a feeling we're going to be fighting more Wardens than ever before, so I don't want to do that right now. What do we got? Some people on. Alright, I think we're gonna raid Ibis Penguin. He's playing some Rocksmith, some music basically. Raided him before. So I'll send us over there, and hopefully when I come back next week we'll finish Halo 5, because I'm pretty sure there's only 2 levels left now. No problem. Thanks for hanging out, Zero. It was fun chatting.
Brought the Guardians here.
Am I Master
Why?
Chief now? I am.
Forerunners
That's good. I
used-
like Master Chief. The Master Chief levels have been better levels. I think because his teammates are slightly better. Slightly better. They take a little bit more to go down, they seem. But alright, let's go over and see Ibis Penguin. Yeah, exactly. Let's go over and see Ibis Penguin. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some Fall Guys. Hope you have fun at your uncle's. Wear something nice. Oh yeah, the suit. That's a good joke. I like that one. Hope you have a good lunch at your uncle's or whatever it was. And catch you later. Let's go.